David Acosta, Mike Davies and Forbes. This is quite a piece of history we're standing on. Tell us how we got to come here. Perhaps we'll start with you, David.
I think it was maybe too many rum and cokes, but as most good things happen, we're in COVID and lockdown, and the boys got together and just said, well, this is available. Why don't we see if we can make them an offer and get the boat across the line.
Excellent. And Mike, is that the same story for you?
Essentially, I do know that it started off with a random late night text message saying, what do you reckon about that boat over at SCM? The conversation didn't start well, but now, just under 90 days later, here we stand.
That's extraordinary. And for you, Alan?
Well, I got a message saying, hey, there's this boat, right? And really, I thought it was a joke, right? We were joking for about 3 weeks. And then it was like, no, it's here. And we went and looked at it and it's like, wow, that's big. And we got a surveyor and suddenly it became real. And then I had to sit my wife down and say, hey, there's this thing, you know?
How many times does that happen? So, David, this is seriously a piece of history, isn't it? Yachting history, Genuine Risk. Just tell us very briefly.
She's pretty much the first of the Supermaxis. So when she came out of the stocks, within 18 months, they'd started to build on the other two, which being Wild Oats and now Blackjack. So very, very similar boats. When they hit the water, this girl was still beating them, so they added an extra 10 feet of waterline length to them to fix that problem. But we feel that she's such an out-of-the-box boat, and it fits the eclectic sort of nature of who we are and what we do, that we can go and annoy them.
Tell us a little bit about what the game plan is from here. What's next?
Well, I think honestly she was in better condition than we had any right to expect. We've had the hydraulics looked at, we've had the hull looked at, we've had a lot of experts come across. So for now we're okay, but I think what we want to do is honestly get the rigging certified, get the sails out and start her racing next year. We're thinking about Hamilton Race Week in August. We're thinking about the Sydney to Hobart at the end of next year.
Yeah, and it's going to take a little while, I take it, David. There's a fair bit of work to be done here. Tell us what's the sort of priority.
There's been some massive changes in the technology since the last time this girl raced. So, gone are the A2s, the soft sails, out of the triple head reaching. So we've seen and we're watching quite closely what's happened on the other two Supermaxis and what they're doing with their sail technology. And that actually lends it to us quite well. It'll make it a lot easier for us to catch up to them without having to go through all the development costs that they've already, nicely paid for.
Very handy, and you've got a pretty good IRC handicap as well.
Yeah, so currently the IRC handicap's sitting at about 1.7, and the other two are sitting over 2s.
Am I right in saying you're going to be based here at the CYC?
That's the plan at this stage. The club's been enormously supportive. So with Justine and Dave, and the other guys there in the marina, we can't have asked for any more help or assistance than what we've been getting so far. So far so good. We're shoehorned in where we are. We don't have a lot of wiggle room getting in or out, but that's all just part of the adventure at this stage.
Thank you all very much indeed, gents. We really look forward to seeing the journey from here, and all the best with it. Many thanks.
Thank you.